So, are you just starting to run Facebook ads for your e-commerce business or have been running Facebook ads and you really want to make sure that you get the best results as possible for your brand or client? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you what you must set up before running Facebook ads and to really make sure that you get the best performance as possible within the platform. If you're an e-commerce store owner or a Facebook ads marketer and you want to set up your Facebook ads strategy for success, then this is the right place for you. So my name is Justin and I'm the founder of Wizo Media, an e-commerce marketing agency specializing in growth strategies for e-commerce businesses online. All right, so first thing you want to do is make sure that you verify your domain within Facebook businesses settings. Verifying your domain essentially just tells Facebook that you are in fact the owner of the domain that you're sending traffic to, and that way Facebook sort of validates that you're sending traffic to a place that you know and a place that you own and that you trust. And verifying that domain actually protects you from future bans that could potentially happen on Facebook. And normally those bans are pretty unnecessary, considering that you simply have to take a couple minutes to verify the domain, which I'm about to show you right now. So you want to head over to business.facebook.com/settings and you want to scroll down to brand safety. And then once you're on brand safety, as you can see, you then want to click essentially on the domain and you simply want to click the blue add button and type in your website URL like so. Once this is done, you just want to click again the blue button and then that's it. You've added your domain. So as you can see, right beside wearewizo.com, I have the not verified red tag. So this simply means that, all right, my domain was added to Facebook, but that it wasn't confirmed that I in fact own this domain. So what I want to do is follow the instructions here and make sure that I verify this domain, that I change the not verified red tag to a green verified tag. So there's three ways to verify your domain. So as you can see, there's select one option over there. You want to click on this and there are a drop down menu with three options. So first one being adding a meta tag to your HTML source code. Then you can upload an HTML file to your root directory. And then you've got updating the DNS text record with your domain registrar. So the best two options, in my opinion, are the first and third one. I'm saying best as they're the easiest for you to set up. Personally, I've always done the first option or the third one. Again, both really simple. Would you be on Shopify, on WordPress, whatever the platform that you're using, it is super simple, especially with the first one, to simply copy this tag to your clipboard and then going into your code and the head tag, you simply paste it. Once it's done and saved on your end, you simply want to click verify domain. And once this is done, you are going to see here a green verified tag. And then when you'll see that green tag, you know it's done, you know you've done it correctly, and there's nothing else to do with verifying your domain because you successfully just did it. So now the second thing you want to do right after you've verified your domain is simply verifying your business. So there's two things you want to do here. First thing being adding a backup admin to your business manager, as well as activating two-factor authentication for all of the users essentially of your business on Facebook. So for this step over here, you want to head over to Security Center on the left bar, and then you should end up with a similar screen as this. Keep in mind, Facebook changes its UI every couple of months, so maybe a little different by the time you see this video. But if you're a sole proprietor or the only one on your team managing the Facebook's business manager, then you can definitely add a family member or relative to the business manager. So doing so ensures that if you ever lose access to your personal Facebook account, then you won't also lose access to all of your ads and business assets. So once this is properly set up, you should see a green check and a backup admin add message. So simple as that. As you can see here, you would just simply click add and then search for one of your Facebook friends or someone you want to add essentially as this backup admin. Then you'd be able to send this person an invite by email. They'll let them know to accept it to become an admin of the account. And the second thing you want to do is over here, you can essentially, when it says who's required to turn on two-factor authentication, you want to say to admins, and then you want to ensure that you review people's access and then everyone sets it up on the account. So simple as that. To set up the two-factor authentication, you will need to either set it up through a mobile phone number or with an authentication app that will give you a new code every couple of seconds. So it'll just refresh that way. if somebody tries to access your account, they really need your mobile phone in order to also get through after even knowing your password. So doing this will protect your business in case, again, someone else guesses your password and tries to access your account. And if Facebook detects a login from a new device, they'll require you to also enter a new code essentially, and you'll receive by text or through your authentication ad. So once this is set up, you'll see green unlocked icon besides the two-factor authentication, as you can see over there. And you'll also see essentially 0 out of X amount of people need to turn on 2FA right below. So you should see that over here, as well as the green check right besides backup admin added. And that's pretty much it for this step. Now, this third step is really similar to the first step that we actually did, where we verified the domain, as what we want to do now is verify your business as a whole. So we want to make sure that Facebook knows that you're a legal and real, physical entity, and that essentially you are operating as a real business. So you're not just someone faking it on Facebook. They really want to make sure that everyone who advertises on their platform is a legit existing company. So in this step, what we want to do is verify, again, the legal status of your business. So in some cases, doing so will be fairly easy, but for others, you won't have the option to verify your business off the bat. But I mean, rest assured, I'll give you a couple tips on how to activate verification for your business. So the first thing you'll want to do is head down to the business info section of the business manager. So once you're there, you want to make sure that you fill out all of the info that Facebook asks for. So simple as that. You put in the legal name of the business, the address, the phone, tax ID, whatever Facebook asks for, you want to fill it out completely. Then you'll want to head back up to Security Center and check if the Verify Business button is activated. So if it is, then you simply want to follow the instructions given by Facebook, and you'll want to upload 2 legal documents to verify your business. So again, Facebook will prompt you and ask for what documents would be valid for you to update or to upload, I should say. So definitely pick one of their options, but this may not work the first time. I mean, personally, it took us 3 different times of uploading different documents to Facebook, getting rejected, uploading new and different documents, and then deleting the older ones, getting rejected again, but it finally worked out on a 3rd try. So you want to make sure also that you head back to the Security Center every other day to check the status of your verification requests, as Facebook won't send you a notification to let you know of its status, so you won't get an email or a pop-up on your feed. You really want to head back over there, and then if it is not, if it is still in process, you'll see it's going to be all grayed out. If it has been reviewed but you need to change your documents, then it's going to be yellow, and you'll want to just head back there, check what they say, delete the older document that they say isn't valid, and then update a new one. And then now, if you're one of these unlucky Facebook customers like we were, and then you are greeted with a grayed out Verify Business button that you cannot click, there's still hope for you. For this, you'll want to head over to developers.facebook.com/apps, and then you'll be seeing a screen similar to this. So Facebook for developers. And then what you want to do is simply create an app. So you want to click on creating an app, and then essentially you simply want to follow the prompts that Facebook tells you. Doesn't really matter essentially what you want to do over here. So Facebook asks you which products, permissions, and features does your app need. You pick probably consumer and business, but besides that, it's pretty much it. And then you want to follow its prompt. And once this is done, you want to associate essentially your newly created app with your Facebook's business page. So now, if you head back over to the Security Center, you should now see a Verify Business button that you can indeed click. So it may take, in some cases, 24 hours to register. So come back if you don't see it. But creating an app, essentially what it does is Facebook requires, or basically gives the ability to all of its developers to verify their business. So if ever you're making an app and you need to use Facebook's API, then they'll definitely want you to verify your business. So faking essentially the creation of an app tells Facebook that you are a developer, and then just prompts it on your side that you can verify the business. But once again, in our case, we just don't use that app that we made, and it'd be the same thing for you. You won't ever really need or use that app once you create it. So it's just gonna sit there idle and then won't do anything different. So now that all the previous steps have been completed, there's this final step, that is pretty crucial. It is how to create your ad accounts, associate a good payment method that won't get you banned later on, and then making sure that this whole thing is properly set up before you turn on your ads or start running your campaigns. So by default, Facebook will allow you to create 1 to 5 ad accounts. Create as many accounts as you are allowed to for the following reasons. So in case in case one of your account gets banned, you'll have other backup ad accounts. So if that happens, then at least as it happened for some of our clients, countless times, you want to make sure that you have 1 or 2 other backup ad accounts. That way you can simply switch your ads to these for the meantime, and then request a review for your main ad account, in case you actually didn't violate any policies. And then, so that's case 1. You'll also want to have other ad accounts if you're spending a considerable amount of money on ads. So that's it. If we're talking multiple thousands of dollars a day, you want to split essentially the spend across different ad accounts. Just that way, there's less risk for you involved. And then if all the spend is essentially again spread out, then if one of your account gets banned, at least a big part of your spend will still be up and rolling. Some people also like to segment different campaign objectives in different ad accounts. So this could also be a use case, or we've heard in some cases that some people want to do a little competition with their agencies, or a little competition internally. So having one employee running one ad account, the other employee running the other one, and then they just make ads to see who's best. Why not do a little competition? So this could also be, again, one of those use cases. So to create your ad accounts, you want to head to accounts, then add accounts on the left side. You also want to click on the blue add button and click create a new account. So once this is done, you just want to add an account name. You normally want to name this after your business, and then simply have a number following that. So let's say this is your first account that you make. You'd want to write, let's say in our case, Wizo Media 1, and then for a second ad account, Wizo Media 2, and so on and so on. So once this is done, you want to pick the right time zone for you, your local currency, and then you want to create, you want to click on next. And essentially, it's pretty much it. You'd have created your ad account at this point. So you want to repeat the process until Facebook tells you that you cannot create any more ad accounts. So again, normally when you first start off, you can create anywhere from 1 to 5 ad accounts, depending if your business is verified and such. But at this point, your business should be verified. So you should be eligible to create those 5 ad accounts. Once you have created an ad account, you want to click on each account on the edit button top right, and then essentially click edit in ads manager right next to payment method. You'll then want to associate a payment method to each ad account. So you want to make sure that you choose a payment method that you won't change. This is super, super important, because again, if your country allows it, I highly recommend you link your bank account for direct debit. So as an example, Canada doesn't allow that. So you need to link a credit card or a PayPal account. But if you're in Canada, link your business's credit card, because we've had cases where clients had their personal credit card on there, and then later on they realized that, and then they've added their business credit card. But then Facebook really doesn't like that you touch to your payment method once the ads are up and rolling. And again, it's understandable, because let's say this was your business and a client actually had an order that they pushed through, and then they keep changing their payment method. It looks a little sketchy. So this is the same thing to Facebook. If your ads are rolling and you're actively spending on their platform, they want to make sure that that you're a verified business that has a payment method that's set in stone and that won't change. So just like any other merchant, again, Facebook is picky when it comes to payment methods. So if your card ever gets blocked by your bank or something happens to it, your ad account may definitely get banned. So as an example, one of our clients has been banned for, I think, 2 to 3 times now at this point, because of a credit card that had fraud, and then they had to change the credit card. So nothing, they could do, but still, Facebook didn't like that, and then every time we had to request a review and get the account back up and rolling. So the last thing you want to do here is raise your billing threshold. So by default, for every $1 or so, Facebook will send you a receipt and bill to your card. So this will get annoying very, very fast, as you'll see hundreds of invoices flowing through your inbox every day. So once you're on your ad account, you want to go to edit, and then you want to click edit in ads manager. And then once you're there, essentially all you want to do is, as you can see here at the top, you've got amount due. You want to click on the 3 little buttons, click billing date and threshold, and then you can essentially pick the billing threshold that you have. So that way, Facebook, once hits that threshold, they'll send you a bill instead of let's say you're spending $100 or $1,000 a day. It won't send you a bill for every $1 spent, so you won't be flooded with thousands of invoices all day long. So trust me, it gets super annoying if you start running ads and you don't do this. You'll see it, you'll get hundreds of emails every day. So it's definitely something you want to make sure that you set up. So you can raise it to $500 to begin with and go from there, as Facebook allows you to raise the cap. In most cases though, they won't allow you to raise the the threshold above $500 or $1,000 if you're like a brand new account. But keep in mind the billing threshold will gradually increase from $1 to the selected amount. So you may still get many receipts during your first few days, but it'll get better as you progress. So with all of these steps completed, you're now ready and secure to start running your ads on Facebook, and really make sure that you get the least amount of bans or the least amount of friction with Facebook is possible. Facebook is a really tricky and fickle beast, so you really want to play this sort of perfect game, or else they'll put you into this gray zone, and then you may get those unnecessary bans, or again just those unnecessary troubles with the platform, and that's really something that you don't want. You just want to focus on your business and let things run smoothly, so definitely make sure that you follow these steps in the video. Now, if you're unsure about the best marketing strategies or the best way essentially to run Facebook ads for your e-commerce business, then I invite you to click on the first link in the description and book a short 15-minute demo call with myself. That way we can see if you'll be a best fit for our e-commerce marketing program, and definitely that's what we do. That's our expertise. We help e-commerce businesses scale with online advertising. On that note, make sure you check out other videos on the channel that will give you even more e-commerce marketing tips, and then I'll see you guys later in next week's video. Peace out.